The time has come. Finally, I'm going to be able to show you all of the fits that I prepared for the festival. Already, I have to say that in a way, I'm kind of sad that I couldn't take as many pictures there at the moment because first of all, I forgot sometimes, not gonna lie. And then because of the weather, I wasn't able to wear everything that I wanted. But also, I feel that even if I could have, there wasn't really a moment in which I could have stopped and kind of show it to you and explain it to you. So at the end of the day, I think this is the best way to do so. We have a total of 8 outfits, and it ranges from very comfortable for traveling, so from going there and then going back. We're getting into the theme of the festival, but we're not getting too crazy. But we're getting there. Next, we have dancing. Basically, this was two things that I basically thought about for one particular day where we wanted to do some dancing during the afternoon, so the practice, and then at night. However, because of the weather, again, that was not possible. And then we have two main outfits, the kind of ending, one for the day and then one for the evening. The one for the day I wasn't able to wear, sadly, but the one for the evening I was, and it was good, it wasn't bad. I do feel that I can do better next year, but in the meantime, let's see what we got. Now here on the booth, I added all of the accessories, the bags that I took with me from the start. So here I got everything, and if I needed just a couple of things, I used this one. Then of course, hat and sunnies. Main thing was gold because it is my preference in general, so I decided to go with this ones. These are also my favorite sunglasses, I think, in general. So next we have something for the heat, but that still kind of recall the flowery theme, which is a very typical theme, I guess, in Celtic and these types of festivals. But it's still black with a little bit of color, so fit me. And then I had this umbrella. It is a papery umbrella. It's very cheap. It didn't do a lot because it was not that sunny at the end of the day. So, I mean, it's fine. I do feel that it still looks okay with this in case you needed an extra bit of protection from the sun. And then we have the shoes. Now, for the shoes, we have this pair of sandals that I took as extra, but I didn't actually use them. I thought they were very nice. I really enjoy the fact that they have all of this. It gives a little bit more of Roman sandal, let's call it that. And they're not too uncomfortable, however, they are very low, as you can see. The reason I say this is because my main shoe was this. My black platform shoe. It is actually 2 sizes bigger than mine on there, but they did not have any, and I wanted this for so long. I was like, yeah, it's fine, I can still use them, and it did. Because these ones that are plain were a bit messy when it rained, and there was a lot of stuff on the earth, let's say. I don't know why. The size here actually was really useful. I felt more comfortable walking with this than with this ones. And then we have a closed shoe. I took this with me. I didn't actually use them, but I took them because sometimes you need it. However, because it rained so much and the whole issue was with washer, I was like, well, the last thing I need is to wash my shoes, so then it takes longer for them to dry. So I prefer, you know what, let's just hang out with the sandals and that's it. Specifically for the dancing, because for the practicing, it said on the side that it was better to have a closed shoe, or at least something that, if someone steps on you, it's not going to hurt too much. They are black, they are comfortable enough. And what I did was I just added these white shoelace with a touch of golden that I don't know if you can see. And that was it. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just shoes. A lot of people maybe don't take too much that into account. And yeah, at the end of the day, it must be comfortable. So, but still, I'm going to put them there just so you can see the things that we got that were for everything. And as a plus, I had a black cardigan in case I was cold, especially at night when it gets very chilly. However, the only night that I was going around that I was really, really cold, I had no clothes, and the fit for that day is actually thanks to everybody else. They gave me clothes. Still a fit, not gonna lie, but not exactly what I was planning. And plus the cardigan, there's also this black scarf because it's one of those simple things that you can just put on you and, it does the job. But we're gonna start with the 2 outfits for the travel journey. We have the first one, And we have here the second one. And I think I'm going to start with this one because this one has things that I had already. Ta-da! This is the simple one, everything I already had. So this is a bodysuit, a Beijing suit, I mean, because I feel that when you're traveling, having swimsuits, it's just more comfortable. And for example, in this case, the showers were on the outside. And then when we left the festival, we actually went to the sea. So there's also the idea of if it happens that you need to go, you have the possibility of having a shower, of going to the sea, you are ready. And usually, again, this is very comfortable. So that's why I am a fan of using this in the travel part. So this is a very normal bathing suit. It has the opening in the back, which is a bit of an extra thing. And I love these pants because they are so fun. I do remember I either thrifted them or they were given to me by someone. But I really like them because they have a lot of details. And I really love those colors. As some people say, look at the material. And in order to protect the shoulders from a little bit of the sun, but still open so you're not dying of it, a nice white shirt. Now I went with this one because it's, as you can see, a bit oversized, and I really like the buttons that are in this brownish color that recall this beige color in the pants. Now for accessories, basically none, because while traveling I like comfortableness. I have my watch because of course I do, but overall it's just this and that's it. And this is a thing with me, something that is a bit practical but also comfortable, and still there's some fit there, there's something that makes me feel a bit cool. But of course I needed to have the sunnies and the bag that has all of the essentials because at the end of the day that's what also makes the fit. Also the earrings, these are, because I have a bit of an issue with earrings, I like to be very simple and have something that doesn't bother me. And this absolutely doesn't. So even for this part of the journey, we're going simple, we're going comfortable, but still a little bit of a stylish. Now, by the way, this is a typical Colombian mochila. There are other versions, of course. This is one that I got on my last trip because I really, really wanted one. We used to have one in the family, but I have no idea what it is. So I need one, so I'm going to buy that. At least I have something that I got that is very typical of Colombia and it's just beautiful. And again, it adds up quite nicely. Okay, this one I need to introduce in layers because as you can see it's a full black outfit because I still love black. However, it's very comfortable. These pants, very flowy. I had to cut them because they were not mine, they were given to me secondhand. So I had to cut them a little bit. I did not cut them, I just fold them inside to reach, a comfortable point. And also here in the back, just a little bit, but still, as you can see, very comfy. And it has pockets, so that's also great. Because not all comfy open pants have sometimes pockets. So that's something that it really made me be like, okay, I have this pair, let's work on this one. I want to make it useful. And it's a great way to keep with you a pair of pants when you travel. I used them when we were doing the journey because again, they're comfortable, they are part of the fit, so that looks great. But also it might come in handy to have a long pair of pants. Now in here we actually have my bathing suit underneath. Especially in the upper part, it was quite important for me because I wanted something that again was comfortable, and for me wearing a bra is not always it, and again bathing suits often are way more comfortable. And this shirt I actually made it, I think I made it last year. It was a normal shirt that I cut in here, so I left all of the color and I just got here on the side, so, and then I added a button on top. And that's it. So as you can see, it just fits great with this. And it's very comfortable, and it's one type of shirt, a color type that I wanted for a long time. So after a while, I was like, it's easier for me to just make it. Now the main point of this is this one. This is something that I made from scratch, and I am actually so happy. I am very happy because it's not terrible. It's not terrible at all. I made one for myself and one for someone else that is the same style, basically, just a little bit bigger because they are taller. But as you can see, I went with very flowy, open. At first I got this, the green one, but then I was like, it's not bad. but I wanted the contrast of the lines, and I went with this beige color. And I think they match perfectly. So as you can see, it's just flowy and great, and it gives that chill vibe, you know? Let's add the sunnies. When you add the sunnies, everything looks better. And of course the back. And what can I say? What can I say? I mean, just looking at myself with this, I go back into the vibes. Like, it is what it is. And what's so fun is that even if I was too hard, I could have just taken off the top and I could still have, the protection for the shoulders and arms. So it is also useful, and I love that. Again, because this is for the journey, the travel part, that's it. It's very simple. I don't have any other type of accessory. Let's do something fun though. Let's add the hat just for effect. Yeah, I cannot even see myself fully, but I can just feel it. I can feel the vibe. Do you feel it? By the way, this is a very simple shirt. I talked about how I made it in my monthly blog. But long story short, you have the square, you fold it in half, you make one opening from here to here, and that's it. If you push it on, you're gonna see that this is it. I just sewed it in here, and I added the white over it. So this is a very simple design that you could absolutely do if you want something like this, but you want it with something that it is a fabric of your choice. For the next one, we have the simple couple of outfits that are more into the vibe of the festival, but still quite simple. And we're both talking about long skirts, but there are different types. And also a bit of a different types of color. For me personally, we're gonna start with one that it's more my style, and then we're gonna go with, well, as you can see already, something a bit different, which is, well, nothing black. Okay, I haven't put everything in, but I wanted to say that first of all, I have not ironed anything because when we came back, I put everything to wash because, of course, after a festival like that. And I realized that I actually ironed before the festival, and I tried to keep all the clothes as, neat as possible. None of that mattered. Everything got all wrinkly anyway. So I was like, let's give some realness here. So chances are this is how it would look anyway at the festival. And second, I wear these shorts. These are biking shorts. They're not really called like that. I think they are more in the genre of body shaping, even though it doesn't really shape as much as it protects, because I have big tights. You get the rash if you walk a bit too long without anything here. So this is a must for me. And as you can see, they go quite high, they're very comfortable, I love them. But I do want to say that when you wear these things that, for example, are this high, well, that is going to modify the fit a little bit, because while some things might look like you could wear it and show your belly, because for me it's more important to protect my tights, I have to adapt, which, is something that happens. It's whatever, to each their own. So anyway, I'm going to go back to putting on the fit. We're going to get into the accessories in a bit. First, long shirt, it's fine, it's whatever. It's comfortable just like that. But this is the main piece. This is a double side, aka a skirt that you can wear this side or this side, that I got at a festival a while ago. And it's made out of silk. It's very light, it's very comfortable, and it's one of those that technically you can wear in many ways, but I still need to kind of figure out how, because some of them I'm not too fond of, and I forgot what they told me when they gave it to me. So yeah, but we're gonna wear it just as a skirt. It's not a very particular skirt, in the sense that it's just two sides. One is full black, one is, with something drawn in, and it's on this very long piece. Now in the middle of the skirt there is a hole, that is the one that you use to pass by the other side. As you can see, it passes by, and by doing that it doesn't all fall down, but it helps keeping everything together. And then it goes here and you can close it. That's it. I like the bow. You can just hide it inside if you don't like it, and this is it. Now you could do the other side in front, which is the one that has more designs, but it also is the side that it has the thingy that says where it is made, and I don't like to show that, so that's why I went with this one. Under, I still have my bathing suit because again it's more comfortable, but this is something that I could wear with a bra, a white bra. We're still wearing the sandals, and let's get into the accessories. Now, first of all, I have my usual thing for the hair that this is something that well, it wasn't really mine, it was a relative, and we have been using it for a long time. But recently in the festival where I got this skirt, I actually saw that they were selling some and I got one, but it is full black. While this one has, as you can see, beads that are more on the brown side, which I thought it was more on theme. These are elastic things, and this is plastic, but it's not heavy, strong plastic. There is some elasticity to it, because at the end of the day, when you put it on, the idea is that you kind of brush the hair and then you take it from the other side. It's a very comfortable thing if you, like me, are not a huge fan of elastic bands, especially for a long time, because then it gives you a headache. It's great, it's lovely, it's of course water resistant, so it's very comfortable to use. Now let's get a closer look, and let's start with the earrings. Now on this one on the back, which is the one that I made over a year ago, I need to go very chill. So these pair of earrings are gonna stay for the rest of the time. The one in front right now is still the black hoop, because we still have some touches of black. Then we have the other part of the jewelry that's gonna stay for the rest of the time is going to be this bracelet. It was a gift for someone and I wanted to wear it, and it's very interesting because it's golden and silver. Mixing metals is something that I struggle with, but I wanted to, so I tried to, and this bracelet was kind of a help in that. And similar with the necklace, which is a silver chain with the one ring to rule them all. If you're a fan of a lot of the rings, you probably catch it from the start. If not, it is important for me, and also this ring because it's for the other person. They also have one, so that was kind of the thing for us. So yeah, those things are gonna stay here for the rest, then we're gonna move on. And yeah, this was my first fit. I actually took a photo of this one, and I was very happy because sometimes I feel that we have this idea of summer, not heat, equals very little clothes, which is fine, but I don't like to get sunburned, but I get sunburned quite easily, and I'm not a huge fan of wearing not too much clothes. I don't feel comfortable, so I like to cover up. And these clothes, when you wear comfy and open clothes, it does the job perfectly. This is cotton, this is silk, very flowy, the air moves, I survived, so great. Second, simple skirt, long skirt fit. This one is a skirt that I was given to, and I love it, but I don't use it much because it's not really my style. So whenever I can, I try to use it. And this is when I was talking about these shirts. Yeah, that's the word before, because technically this is a bit big. So what I could do, and that I thought about at first, was to fold it. So at least it's sitting a bit more, sturdy. But of course you can see this. And I don't know. Maybe if one day I feel more comfortable, aka I don't have to move too much, then I can avoid wearing the shirt, so I could use it this way. But for this, no, because we still wear quite a lot every day. So I wouldn't recommend it. For me, at least. Or if you have the same issue. Now this is a lovely skirt. As you can see, it's very long, so in this case the platforms help quite a bit. I took off the watch because this is when we start to move on, I have this piece, which is basically this. I have it in different colors. I have it in this color, and this a slightly darker one. And they're meant to do that, basically, to help you fold this in here so you don't have to do the knot. Because sometimes the knot, I don't know, it's hard to do sometimes. So this kind of helps to also be down, because I'm not a fan of it going like this. So I thought it was a nice touch in here. This is a shirt that is quite big for me, but because of the vibe of the festival, with the swimsuit down, it's fine. As an extra thing, I added these earrings. These are mismatching. So this has a tree, which I feel that for this Celtic Festival was very on theme. And here it's just a silver hoop, in this case with the cross. I wasn't certain about the cross, but it's the only dangly thing that I had. And considering he's dangly, I thought I wanted dangly both ways. We still have the necklace, and here I added this beautiful bracelet, which also has a tree, and also this really nice bluish color that recalls the skirt. And this is the second chill fit. Again, very comfortable, even though I am covered. I mean, here a little bit less, but here we're still talking about a long skirt, but it is very flowy, very comfortable. For the next two, we're getting into the dancing team, and here's where we start to add a little bit more of the sass. Now we're going to start with the day outfit for practicing dancing, and then for the night outfit. Ta-da! Yay! No, I'm excited because I actually made this skirt. Now, sadly, because of the angle, you cannot fully see it. But let me just, yeah, get into it. Look how flowy. It has the first layer, which is this green flowery fabric. And then we have a almost invisible, sheer but not too sheer white, that, the flowers are white, so this is white. And it's very nice, flowy and long. However, a bit too long. So I actually made the possibility, you can see it here. We have points like this that are connecting both this fabric and this one. We have 4 points in 4 points of this skirt here, but also in here. This is the elastic. This is what's pushing everything together. And the idea is that if I need it to be shorter, I can take some pins, and without needing a mirror, I can just take this piece to this piece in here. This is the other one in the front to this one here, and there's two also in the back. And by doing that like this, I know that I have enough space to move. So if I needed to dance, I would have folded that this way, and this is actually how I wore it. But because I'm at home, I don't want to do that. I want to show you the full length of the skirt. Now, as you can see, the upper part is elastic, not very nice, so I made this belt with some of the green fabric to cover it up. And because it goes on the waist, believe it or not, it doesn't move that much, even though it is not fully attached. Now for this outfit, let's begin from the bottom, because I actually also made this. This was the green part with the colorful beads, and the sounds was something that I had a long time ago. I have no memory of where it came from. And because it makes sense, it's kind of fun. But because it was just the thread, I don't like those types of bracelets, because once you put them on, you cannot put them off. And this is actually an ankle bracelet. So I thought I can make it better. And I added this piece here, so it's golden, so it adds up to the whole vibe. I can push it on enough. And because this was golden, I decided to add a bit of a golden chain around it. And this one should go in here. Let's try not to fall down. There you go. Ta-da! In this case again, we have the long skirt. Next we have the belt. This is a belt that I got on the internet, and I added some charms in here. But because I'm going to wear this belt with another outfit, one of the charms, this one, it's one that is a clip on basically. Because this one has the colors of this outfit. As you can see, a bit of green, a bit of orange from, the golden details. And I don't know, it's more this vibe, so I decided to add this one. Next, we're not going too crazy with the accessories, because considering it was made to dance, we're going to... Oh, wait! The shirt, a very simple shirt with some flowers. You see the theme? We have a green ring here, and also this ring that I actually got at the festival that I decided to add now because, of course, it fits perfectly. And for the earrings, I decided to go a little bit more interesting. So on this side, we have this flowery detail. It has some diamonds. And yeah, it's not very uncomfortable, really. I wouldn't say that I could have this every day, all day. But for once in a while, in order to add a little bit of an extra detail, it's fine. And on this side, I added a green hoop earring, similar to this ring. And then this fake piercing with some pearls, just to, add some details. Now for the hair, similar with everything else, we're staying with this because it's hard and you're gonna move, so this is just really comfortable. And yeah, this is the look for dancing during the day. Wait, no, before I take it off, I forgot this pin. This pin is order to put the belt and the big belt together, so they don't move too much. And yeah, again, golden with a lot of pearly things with a lot of colors. I just thought it was cute. we're getting a little bit more fun, especially with the accessories. This is the dancing night outfit. And once again, I need to move the camera down so you can see the skirt. Now this is a very simple white skirt that I made. It was originally made to be under other big skirts, but it was decent enough. So I was like, yeah, I can just wear it as it is. I added down under a little bit of lace just to, give it an extra detail. Probably nobody's going to notice, but I do, and I'm the one that's wearing it, so that's why it matters. As extra details for the skirt, without adding something to it directly, because I need to wear this for other purchases that I have, I made this. These are just a string of pearls, golden beads, and some green beads. And I basically added this sort of crochet stuff in here so I can just add it to the skirt in the moment. I just have to do a very quick stitch and it's on. Right now they're not attached because again I need the skirt, but I just wanted to show it to you is in order to give it some movement. For the upper part, I had this shirt a while ago. I bought it secondhand and I had no idea when to wear it. And I was like, this is my chance. So yes, I'm actually quite happy. I added this golden stuff. I don't even know what's the name of these things. I just had some around and I was like, this is perfect. I'm just going to add it here. It gives it a little bit of weight. And again, with this string, the idea also with the hair down, you know what I mean? Are you getting the vibe, even though I'm not able to explain it? Anyway, now I am lucky that most of the time, well, not most of the time, but a lot of the times, I can get away with not wearing a bra. And if I can not wear a bra, I will not wear a bra. And this is one of those cases. I have the sticky things that you put here, and that's it. And they're very comfortable. They resist quite a lot. I sweat a lot, and they're good. So yes, this is one of those outfits that I couldn't actually wear because it rained and my stuff was wet and I had nothing else dry and that it would cover me at night. So that is where the outfit of basically other people's clothes came from. But yeah, I'm still happy with what I made because I still made something and I left the rings that I had with the morning dancing outfit just to maintain that connection. I changed the earrings to these long ones. This one, it's another version of the short one with the tree. This is just long one and has a feather in here. And this is actually a very old earring that I have that, I don't know, I always wanted to wear and never knew when. So I was like, this is my chance. And finally, I made a flower crown because, of course, you could not have to go to a Celtic festival with a flower crown. It just makes sense. The whole theme is flowers, and this is one outfit that did not have a lot of flowers going on. So I was like, we need to do something about it, and the flower crown was a must. Now, the original flower crown that I had was just red. But for this time around, I decided to add the white ones and also some leaves because I thought that would be more fun. And yeah, this is the fit for dancing at night. And we're finally here to the two main pieces. I'm going to start with the date piece that sadly I couldn't wear because as you can see, it's fully white and after it rained a lot on an open space, well, it wasn't a great idea. So we're going to start with this one, then we're going to end with the last piece that is the one that luckily I was able to use. Not exactly as I planned because again, considering what happened, we were a bit of a mess, but still I had a lot of fun wearing it. Now for this one I need the entrance, so ta-da! I am so sad I wasn't able to wear this one. Honestly, I really wanted it, but I remember when we were getting ready for that afternoon, because at the end when we were getting ready was basically for lunch. Yeah, I mean, we were like, no, considering all of the rain and how the floor is a mess. Even with the high shoes, it wouldn't, especially because I took so long adding the golden details to this that I was not going to risk it. So maybe next year I'm going to be able to wear it. One thing though, the accessories, I go back and forth. However, let's start from the beginning. So this is a white dress, which is long. It reaches the bottom part of the body. And it has flowery details with a little bit of pink. It's really cute. But it was too long in the front, so I pinned it on the front just to give it a little bit more of space for the feet to move. And it is covered up by this curtain. It is a curtain, it's just that's what it is. I got it because I wanted to use one. I don't use them anymore, but I thought that it was a very nice design, so I decided to add some details with a golden thread and some pearls. And adding it to this whole thing took a lot of time. And I was so happy because I was able to finish it, and I still couldn't wear it, so it is what it is. Now, it is pinned to the dress, both in the back and in the front, in order for it to maintain itself. Because yes, I could also do it this way, but I like to give a little bit of shoulder. And I think it adds a little bit more of layering, it looks more, so I thought that was nicer. But in order not to have to fight with this all the time, I pin it in the front, and I know the front of this because it's a little bit shorter, so in the back it reaches all the way down. So in order to remember the front part, I added a little bit of pearls, a green thingy, and one leaf. Because the theme is leaves and foliage, I thought that was very nice. On the back, it is pinned to the dress with this, and this is something that I need to do when I put this on. But it's very simple. It's like putting a bra the first time before you learn how to put it like this. You just put it in front, attach it and turn it around, and then attach this one in the front. I was so happy again, and I thought it's lovely, and I actually show it to the people I was with, and they were like, it's actually quite nice, but again, let's avoid ruining it. Now, the stock accessories, because it's the ones that I go back and forth. Every time I put on this to try on the accessories and choose, I change my mind on something. So maybe next year I'm going to change all of the accessories. But for now, I was thinking, first of all, this bracelet, big golden bracelet. For earrings, I still have this one, in this case because it's one that I got at the festival, so I thought it was very on theme. Then we have this one, which is also a foliage, so a lot of leaves with some diamonds. Here we have a normal golden ring that I can put on the smaller fingers, because just like this one, I struggle to find rings my size. All of them basically go on these ones, so when I find something that goes in here, I just need to wear it. And then I have this one, this is a family heirloom. It's a very nice flowery ring that I have been wanting to wear, and I thought with this might fit. I go back and forth with the necklace because I think this is enough, but sometimes I'm like, maybe I could add more, I don't know. But for now, let's keep it simple. I added 2 clip-on earrings here because this is where the dress has these things that I don't know what's the name, in order to make it longer or shorter, but I don't want it to look. So I have these clip-on earrings that are golden and silver, and it also has diamonds, so it's recalling the theme, and I can just cover them up like that. And finally, for the face, we have some extra stuff. We have these green earrings because, again, I like the touch of green. Also, this is another family heirloom that sadly I just have one, so that's why I decided to do mix and match. We added this ones in here because I have this other one on the top right here. And then on the back, I have this clip that has the diamonds in it, and it's a butterfly, so I thought that was very cute. Now, the only issue with this clip-on is that it doesn't really do much. Like, it's not doing as much as one might want to. So I'm not too fond of it. Maybe I need to do the band or the mini ponytail and then clap this on, but in that case it doesn't look nice. So yeah, I'm going back and forth with this. But this does remind me of the other headpiece that I forgot, and that right now I'm taking the things out I remember, so I'm gonna add that in here, which is this piece. This is a hair clip again, but it is the ones that open like this. And this is another family heirloom, and I love this design. I genuinely love it. So I was so happy to find it, and I took it with me, and I actually wore this with the dancing outfit in the morning, but I forgot because it was hitting on all of the other hair accessories, but I still wanted to show it to you. Now, even here at home, when it's not that hard, I mean, it's hard, but not that hard, I'm sweating. However, hopefully, it's also because I'm changing a lot of clothes. but for the most part it is still quite comfortable. And I have to say, this is one where this umbrella could look great. So let's open it up and let's add it. I mean, this is of course a different style. This is very Eastern Asia, Eastern inspired. I'm not going to say exactly where because I don't want to say anything wrong, but yeah, I mean, now I'm wondering if it does the job because it's quite small, but it does look kind of cute. So, and now after doing the final day outfit, let's go to the final night outfit, the one that is a little bit more fun in some ways. Because, well, in this one I feel very, very cute, I'm not gonna lie. With the other one, I also feel powerful, and yeah, let's go for it. Let's get into it. The final look, it's here. Ta-da! Going full pirate, and this is similar with the other one. Each time I put this on, I change my mind with the accessories because, of course, you think extra. You think everything you own, put it on. But at the same time, I think that there is some sense to it. For example, some of the other rings that I had were a bit too much for a pirate. So we have to turn it down. Now let's start from the bottom. We have these lovely pants. Now these pants alongside this was with the dress, I'm gonna call it that even though I don't know the exact name, was actually comes from Bangladesh. A relative of mine went there and brought us some gifts, and those were some of them. They are so comfortable, they are lovely. So I always been wanting to wear them, but I never find the perfect moment. So I thought this is my chance. And even without all of this, they are very comfortable, honestly. Now, as you can see, these are red, lovely pants that on the down part have this white line with some details. And I love them. Then we have the belt, the one that I wore the last time. And this time around, I actually added this other thing because it's a family heirloom that opens up, and I'm thinking of adding like a photo, but I don't know. I'm thinking of adding a photo of my cat. But until I do that, it just looks cool anyway. Now, there are other two things that I wanted to add here or whatever. But no, for the festival I actually brought this one, but I also wanted to bring this one. These are keychains that I got. No, that's not true. Now this one, the One Piece one, I love One Piece. So this one I got at a proper store of things. I think it was GameStop, but I'm not sure. That's why I don't want to be show too certainty about it because I'm not too certain. I think I got it at a GameStop. It's, Straw Hat Luffy's hat. But my issue with this one is that the shade of gold, like look at this. This is not the same shade. It is more like this one, however. But I don't know, it was throwing me off. So I decided to go with the other pirates that I love, which is of course Pirates of the Caribbean. This is the gold coin that they used in the first movie. I got this at, I think it was a festival outside of Milan. It might have been Games Week. It might have been. So me and another person also got it. They got the necklace, I got the keychain. Because with the keychain I can just add it here. And you see, this is what I did actually. I went with this one and not with this one because of the golden tones that I wasn't too fan of. But be sure, I love pirates and I love the straw hat. Now let's get into more details. We have this white shirt, which is a big one. You can see it in the back. It covers up quite a lot. This is because, considering this was something that I wear actually at night, I needed some cover up, especially at first, because after a certain point it's so cold that you just gotta cover everything up. But for a little bit, I needed to resist, and I went with this one. I decided to add these knots in here just to add something. Sometimes there's no real reason, it's just for the fun of it. I got this, how you call this, a vest at a thrifting place, and it was lovely. It costs not a lot and it's beautiful because it's full black with the golden details. I love it. I basically never wore it, so it's one of those things that whenever I can, I'm gonna wear it. For necklaces, we have of course the rings, and I have this, which is for me it's a leopard because of, it's a cat with all of the spots. However, for me it's also a representation on Panthera. in the sense of the group of felines, because I really like them, and also because of the tones that have emerald green eyes, and also the black and gold and all of it. It actually, I got it because it reminded me quite a lot of, well, Colombia and the culture, both in terms of biology, so the animals that live there, but also the richness of the country. So that's why I got it. This actually came with a ring that sadly it's a bit too big for me, as most rings are, but I have them, and it's basically just the head as a ring. It is lovely and I love it, so I wanted to wear it. Next, I have this bracelet that is a friends of mine. They didn't came with me to the festival because this is not really that stuff. But I still think it would be really nice to bring this with me. Those are things that I like to do. And then we have for the hands, I know it doesn't look like much, but again, when it comes to accessorizing this last looks, every time I have a lot of ideas. But for sure, I wanted to wear this. This is a skull ring that I don't remember where I got from, but I painted over. So with a little bit of nail polish, I added all of the color details in the colors that I usually wear. And then I did a cover up over with some transparent nail polish. That way it remains a little bit more. This one I can move, open and close, so it's very useful for me. Then I also have this one. I actually use this one quite a lot. And then we have the one that I got at the festival. Now for the face, let's start with the earrings. We have the pair that I always have. Now this is actually a made-up thing. This one is just a normal earring that is just a pearl, and I have this chain that has this slightly bigger hole, so I can put the ring through it and attach it to my ear. And then here is the same. This is a fake earring that goes through the hole, and I can put it on, and that's it. It was very actually interesting because at first I actually did it. I was thinking about going way crazier, but then I realized this needs to hang on, so just the chain is enough, and it wasn't really annoying. I have to say, as someone that has allergies, this lasted for a long time. On the other side, I have an earring that I got at the festival, and I actually got it, I think, either that morning or the morning beforehand. And I was like, this is something that I want to wear specifically for the last night. And then the usual add-ons. For the hair, this is a scarf, basically, that I just put on my hair. Because, first of all, I'm not going to deny that at that point, my hair was not in the best position, but also because it's cold, you are covering up. And at least for me, covering up the feet and the hair actually controls more my body heat. So, I mean, it's actually science, but anyway. For me, if I have those cover up, I tend to resist a little bit better. So that's why I did this. I added this clip-on earring here just to add some stuff. And this is what I want to show you. This is actually a bunch of stuff that I added to not my hair. This is fake hair. A long time ago, I got me these extensions, and they are made of a terrible material. But funny enough, a material that actually looks like my hair. So I took those 3 out because I just have 3 pieces. And I did some braids, and I added some stuff. I got this stuff from around because some of them were sold as fake earrings. Some of these are straight up circles for making jewelry. I just put everything on in here because I brought all of this with me because I also put them on other people's hair, because why not? I think it's nice when you have something that is fun like this that other people might not have because they're not really into that, but they still might want to wear. And in fact, some of them wore it and they were very happy, and that made me happy, so that was nice. But anyway, I wanted to show you that these are clip-ons that you just basically add to the hair like this. And I added here some braids with, here it is an earring of I have no idea what this is. I think it came from somewhere that they told me is a bone or something. And I believe it because why not? So I added that. On this one, I added a coin because Jack Sparrow. And I added again the golden details. On this one, you can see it a little bit better. But in reality, you can add on whatever. It's gonna last, trust me. Unless you're doing who knows what, it's gonna remain, and it's very easy to take off. So it wasn't annoying. And I'm someone that needs things to, yes, have fun and use things, but at the same time, if it's annoying me, it might ruin my mood fully. So let me tell you, none of this was annoying, and I could took off at any minute without worrying about it. Oh, and yes, of course, I have the red line here under because, yes, I just like to wear red makeup on my eyes, and it was kind of on theme. Now, if I had had more time, I would have loved to add on a lot of tattoos. I mean, I have my tattoo in here, but as you can see, it's not going to show a lot. I would have loved to follow on all of this with some tattoos. Sadly, again, because of time constrictions, we weren't able to. But maybe next year, and maybe I'm gonna add some real on tattoos. I don't think so, but who knows. And yeah, this is basically the last main outfit that I took with me. I actually have some extra things, but they are not outfits, they're more tiny stuff that I made specifically for this festival. Starting with this flag. I made a flag because in a festival like that, when you are camping, having a flag will help you remember where you are and kind of, guide you. But at the end of the day, again, because of the water and everything, we weren't able to put it very high up. But, it's fine, it's whatever. It can resist to next year. It's basically a tree, and this is the upper part. No, that's not true, wait. This is the upper part that is the most, intricate, and on the down part, the roots have actually some runes on them. And I chose the runes for the words of like prosperity and fun and peace and things like that. And I added some green details around it, and that's it. This is a custom piece of white fabric. I sort in this extra piece in here because considering we would have had to find at that point the stick to put it on, this way I have still space for it to, fold itself. And I had my pins and everything with me, so I could have done it at the moment. I made it with markers for writing on fabric, and that's it. The other thing that I made was this cover up for my wallet. I basically have this travel wallet, and I call it like that because it's a very simple wallet. That my wallets tend to be big, so when I travel and I don't want to carry everything, I use this one that, as you can see, is way more foldable and adaptable. But it's not really a thing, so I decided to make with some brown fabric this cover up. It has the velcro to close it up and this to pass by. I made this in like a day. It was a very let's wake up, do something just to do something, and that's it type of activity. So I pass it through here so it can cover up the whole thing outside, the gray part. And in reality, this actually has an extra use that I didn't actually use it because it's not for me, but it is a possibility, which is that considering the material, if you add up just the bare necessities, I counted 4 cards, including identification ones, credit card, some coins, some bills. You can actually put it as a bracelet. And this is it. This is a carry-on wallet. I do feel that this Velcro is not really attaching as much as I want to, so I might decide to change somehow this design. But yeah, I kind of got this idea because I was like, do I always want to carry stuff? No. At the end, we're always carrying stuff anyway, so it kind of beat the purpose, but it was still nice to bring out this wallet because again, it was more on theme. And then we have the last couple of things which were not meant for me. I made them for other people. Starting with some basic brown strips in order to do the cover-ups of the hands for, that type of vibe of, oh, I'm ready to exist in the world, I'm ready to fight, that kind of vibe. You can just put it inside, it's a very light fabric and it just stays, and that's it. It's a very simple thing, but that I feel that it could add up a lot of details to an outfit. This other is a hairpiece that I'm going to try to show it to you without having to use my hair. So what you do is that you basically do a ponytail or a braid or whatever you want. And then with this brown thingy, you cover up the hair. And then these ones go also around it, one on one side, one on the other. And then when you're back here in the front, you do a knot and you close it, and you have a nice kind of detail for your hair. This was mainly for men because I do understand that some men struggle because they're not used to putting a lot of things in the hair. So the other details, for example, might be a bit too much for some. So I thought this was a little bit easier and less annoying. And then finally, I made a sort of cover up. I'm gonna take off this vest so I can show it to you and me, even though it's not my size because it was not meant for me. Now the whole point of this was to give the idea of leather, even though this is not real leather. So it all began with this cover up. I saw a photo of Jon Snow from Game of Thrones. I mean, the character is called Jon Snow, and he had something like this. I don't recall if he put it on that show or if it was something else. It doesn't matter. It was the vibe. So on the back, it's similar piece, but a little bit shorter. Here the idea is that it covers a little bit of one back. And here on the back it has two of these thingies where these go through. Now, at the moment, because this was something that, especially the last details, I add them at the end, and I wanted to surprise the person. This is not made for just put on and go. I would have to, after he put this on, to put a pin probably in here. But it would remain sort of this way. I added these buttons here in the front, just for fancies really. And you can see there is this thing. This doesn't serve any real purpose besides the addition of the golden detail. One of the additions that I did was this. I basically made, always with the faux leather, a piece of string that is a little bit thicker than this ones that goes here. However, I fully put some pieces of other faux leather that I have. This is more of a fluffy type of fabric. Even on the back, it's kind of warmy. And some extra pieces of this faux leather. These are not triangles. It's more like a triangle here and a rectangle upwards. So you attach them like dragon scales. And this is kind of the final look. By doing these pieces here, it plays a little bit with the colors, which is something that I really wanted. And again, this is not any real position. This is really made up at the moment. This goes here and the person would have put it on, and if it wasn't staying too much, I would have arrived with a pin and do some magic. But overall, this was a fit. I know it's nothing fancy, crazy, but I do enjoy some of the details that made it seem very handmade, which I feel that sometimes we feel bad about it, especially if you like me create stuff, because you're like, everything should look like it was made a master in the thing. But in reality, for most time of our lives in human history, things were made by the people. And it's kind of better when also you do those things, because they have a history to it that you know. And that's something that I come to appreciate a little bit more and more. So I try not to be too harsh with myself. You can absolutely always do better, and I hope that I can always grow with the things that I do. But also, I do it myself. So of course they're not going to be perfect, and they're not going to be made of as a mastery, thing. And that's fine. Whew, okay, that was a lot. I'm actually sweating, but I'm still very happy to show all of this to you, all of the details. After all, it was a couple of months of just thinking about this. So being able to finally have been going, I went to the festival, to the famous one, and now sharing it with you, it's a very nice thing. There are some things that I learned, absolutely, and I'm actually ready for next year. I'm already thinking about it. Some projects are brewing in my mind. But of course, there's a whole year ahead of us, so many things can change. Maybe I'm gonna repeat some things, but maybe some change is gonna come, and that's fine. I'm open to that. I am, however, curious about what do you think. Maybe what would you have liked to wear, or maybe do you have any thoughts, ideas, questions, for example, about one of the things that I made? Feel free absolutely to ask, especially in regards to Pirate Call. What are your thoughts? I want to know, because I'm really into it right now. In any case, thanks for watching. Have a nice day, and bye-bye.